Storms as we go throughout the rest of the afternoon and into the evening hours. We do have a level 1 and a level 2 risk that is in place from the Storm Prediction Center. Most of these storms going to be firing up today as we go into the afternoon. So timing wise, we're watching these showers and thunderstorms anywhere between, let's say, 3 to 11 o'clock tonight. That's my best guess when it comes to the potential for seeing some of these stronger storms. Some of our models kind of moving in this activity a little bit earlier on as we go into the early hours of the evening. So they're kind of pushing this back a little bit further. I really do expect that this is going to be more of an evening event, and then we are going to be watching the chance for the opportunity for some of these strong storms to even carry on as we go into your Saturday. So a weather impact alert day will be in place as we head throughout the next couple of days. We are going to be tracking the potential for some of these strong storms continuing to make their way into the region as we go throughout the afternoon and evening hours. But for the moment, folks, It is beautiful outside. This is a glimpse over our downtown Knoxville camera. I know a lot of people on social media have been saying, oh, we're just not going to get to go outside. We're going to have a washout of a weekend. Nah, that's not necessarily going to be the case. We are going to continue to see some beautiful weather as we go throughout the next couple of days. Temperatures, even this morning, sitting into the middle 70s. So it is so nice. It's so mild at the moment. And we are continuing to see a mixture of cloud cover and sunshine. The latest loop of the satellite and radar already picking up on some of those spotty showers, trying to make their way into parts of Fentress and Scott counties. We'll see if this will hold together. Models had kind of hinted at the possibility of seeing some of these isolated showers ahead of time. Truth be told, folks, we do have a rather unstable environment. We have the sunshine in place. We have the moisture. We have the instability, and so watching some of these showers and thunderstorms start to ramp up throughout the day will likely be a possibility. Now, I want to go over a little bit more on the timing of these storms. I'm using one of our models called the high resolution model. It gets updated every hour. I love the way that this model looks. What I don't love is the timing that it is showing us. I really think that the timing is just pushed too far back. If I could, I would speed this up just a little bit, but I do expect to see some of these showers and thunderstorms. You notice we're already seeing some activity popping up across the parts of Middle Tennessee. I would expect that these showers and thunderstorms, this appearance right here, could happen maybe 1 or 2 hours earlier. So we could see some of these showers and thunderstorms into the middle part of the afternoon. Then we go into the evening hour, similar story. This says about 10 o'clock. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a very similar viewpoint closer to 7, 8 o'clock tonight. And then most of these storms, this cluster of storms, likely going to be pushing in and out of the area before midnight. Now this says 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. Again, I don't foresee this to be as much of an overnight event as what this model is showing, but I really like the appearance of this model. I think it shows the intensity of these storms at a really nice level. I'll show you our other model, the one that I think the timing is a little bit more accurate. I just don't think it quite has the intensity covered. And I'm going to quickly recap again your Saturday. As you notice, tomorrow could also see the chance for a few more showers and thunderstorms. This model is not as excited about your risk for seeing strong to severe thunderstorms into your Saturday. In fact, Saturday on paper looks to be a higher risk for severe weather. That's if everything came into fruition. Most of our models on more of a regional view actually show the greatest potential for some of these strong storms maybe staying to our south. We would not complain about that. That would be some wonderful news. As we highlight your 3-day forecast, we do have a weather impact alert day that is in place both today and tomorrow. Sunday, we do have the risk for seeing some strong to severe thunderstorms, but I don't think we're going to quite see as much intense weather as what we've had really both today and tomorrow. So check it out. This is our other higher resolution model, and this is going into the evening hours. So again, timing wise, I love the way that it is portraying some of these storms. However, intensity wise, I kind of think that we're going to see a little bit more of a line of storms versus what this is showing. This is primarily geared just for the far southern valley. I do expect to see, again, a few more lingering showers, maybe as we go into the start of your Saturday and then heading into your Saturday night. This model also just doesn't necessarily pick up on the potential for some strong storms tomorrow. Needless to say, what we have moving through the area, folks, is called a mesoscale convective system. Big fancy word for it is we have a cluster of storms that are making their way across the area. A mesoscale convective system is a line of storms that has the potential of traveling hundreds of miles, lasting for hours on end. And we're going to be seeing a couple different rounds of very similar types of storms moving into the region. So in particular, the system that we're watching is this energy right over here. It's going to continue to slide its way off to the east, and we will have the chance for those showers and thunderstorms to impact us tonight. At one point this morning, the storms to our west looked very intense. Right now, we do have a few severe thunderstorm warnings, but you notice to our west, we have this kind of bowing effect. This is going to indicate some of those stronger straight line winds that will also remain a concern for us here across East Tennessee. Then you also notice to our north, we're watching some of these showers and thunderstorms that are continuing to fire up on the far end of Illinois, going into the far western half of Kentucky. So a few showers and thunderstorms ahead of this main cluster of storms, not out of the question, but you can kind of see the lineup as to where we're expecting this active weather. This level 2 risk is going to stretch all the way into Tennessee, including us here across East Tennessee. Tomorrow, we have this level 2 risk that is in place from the Storm Prediction Center, but I'm almost leaning closer to having some of those stronger storms to our south. Again, fingers crossed. We'll kind of explain the timing of this and show you what it looks like in your futurecast. And then we go into your Sunday, and the Storm Prediction Center has a large portion of the southeast under the risk for seeing some strong, possibly severe thunderstorms, although I will say our risk on Sunday doesn't necessarily look as high. Watching this on more of a regional viewpoint, I love when you can really get an idea of what is going to be moving into our area. Now, keep in mind, models are continuing to update, so there's a little bit of a lag there from moving these showers and thunderstorms to our west to where we're expecting them tonight. Remember, this is our high resolution model. I love the way that this model looks. I am not a fan of where it's at with the timing of these storms. I would expect to see this a little bit earlier on in the evening. So if you're heading to the Smokies game tonight, if you have any camping plans, there is going to be the potential that you might run into some inclement weather. Gusty winds, heavy rain, and up to quarter-size hail. This is our system that's going to move through for your Friday. Saturday, do you see our next system off to our west? Here it is. That's going to be sliding into our region as we go into your Saturday, but watch this. Did you notice that it kind of made its way a little bit further to the south, impacting areas into Alabama and to Georgia? May not necessarily have as much of an impact here across East Tennessee. Still going to have the chance for some showers and thunderstorms, of course, but maybe those gusty winds, those straight line winds that would be more of a concern, may not necessarily, again, be as much of an issue for us here across East Tennessee. And then we go into your Sunday, and we're going to see another wave of energy slide into the region. In addition to watching the chance for strong to severe thunderstorms, we're also monitoring the potential for some heavy rainfall. Some areas could have the chance of seeing anywhere between 1 to 3 inches of rain within the next week or so. We had a few days of some dry weather as we went into the start of June, and now we're kind of jumping back into a full force of seeing more precipitation move into the region. When we highlight your 7-day forecast, you'll notice that today and tomorrow we have weather impact alert days in place. Sunday, still holding on to that chance for some showers and thunderstorms. And then we're actually going to watch a cold front move into the area by the early part of this next week. So the forecast is going to be a little bit on the interesting side as we head throughout the next couple of days. Pretty active, especially as we go into the afternoon and evening hours. But when it comes to the daytime hours and like leading into the morning and into the afternoon, there will be plenty of moments for you to get outside, maybe go to the pool, try to make the most of your weekend, as I know a lot of people are just concerned that this is going to be just a washout of a weekend. That's not going to be the case. So I want to reiterate one more time. We have a weather impact alert day. It's going to be in place going into the afternoon and into the evening. This is a great reminder that when thunder roars, you need to go indoors. And we will keep you updated, folks. I want to dive into just a little bit more of a deeper viewpoint of some of our impacts, and then that'll be kind of it for this morning because we don't have a whole lot of activity going on right now. But we'll go quickly just kind of into what our impacts are going to be here across East Tennessee. So level 1 risk for areas shaded in green, level 2 risk for areas shaded in yellow. Our biggest concern here across East Tennessee, going to be damaging wind gusts. You can see this here for all areas shaded in yellow. So damaging wind gusts will be the #1 concern. We also have the possibility for seeing up to quarter-size hail. So hail at one point looked like it was going to be a little bit more of an impact at this moment. We still have the risk for seeing large hail, but it looks like heavy rain and gusty winds will be slightly higher in the potential for seeing some impacts. Good news for a lot of you who have just been kind of over the last couple of weeks. We do not have a risk in place for seeing isolated tornadoes, at least from the Storm Prediction Center. And I would say that our elements here in our forecast just don't necessarily seem like that's going to be our biggest concern for today. Tomorrow, we're watching this level 1 and level 2 risk that's going to be in place across East Tennessee. So you notice tomorrow we have a higher area of this level 2 risk. That's why I said on paper, tomorrow's forecast looks like it could potentially be on the stronger side, but we'll continue to monitor if this is going to be moving into our region. And as you notice, we also have a little bit of a higher potential for seeing an isolated tornado across parts of the plateau. Highlighting your severe weather risks again for today. We'll see wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, up to quarter-size hail, heavy rain that could lead to some localized flooding, and then the risk for isolated tornadoes is very, very limited. We're going to be watching this forecast for you as we head throughout the next few days. It is going to be rather busy, folks, as we go into the weekend. Meteorologist Cassie Nall and meteorologist Mike Simon will be here tonight. We're going to have our full team helping to track these storms, not only on our streaming platform, but also on TV. And we'll be able to answer your questions as this comes along. So have your notifications turned on your mobile device, have your devices charged, just in case we do run into some inclement weather, and continue to follow us for updates. Have a great day, everybody, and thanks for watching.